After reincarnation, the man mastered water magic, but his true special ability was immortality. Even the elves, known for their longevity, could not compare to his lifespan. Fortunately, Jack's greatest dream was simply to live a leisurely life. Since this reincarnation was just an accident, Jack had no mission to fulfill. Therefore, his slow and carefree life could proceed without restraint. The angel of reincarnation, according to Jack's wish, sent him to a forest far away from humans. The angel prepared a cabin and enough food for 2 months, and set protective barriers around it. She even thoughtfully gifted him a beginner's guide to monsters and plants. The rest would depend on Jack's own exploration and effort. Jack's first step was to try his water magic. He was surprised to find that no chanting was needed. Just imagination was enough to cast spells. With water magic, he naturally had no worries about drinking or cleaning water. But the angel's rations could only last 2 months. After that he would need to hunt on his own. So Jack first practiced attack magic. Yet the power of water balls was truly disappointing. So Jack tried shooting water jets instead. But he found they were weaker than urination. After constant practice they finally gained a little strength. The next day Jack began practicing ice magic. He discovered he didn't need to create water first. He could directly condense moisture from the air into ice. But the ice spears formed this way were slow to generate and had poor range to use them in real combat. He had to practice tirelessly again and again. Countless days and nights passed in a flash. Jack could now instantly form ice, but the flight speed was still slow. So Jack combined a knife and wooden stick with ice to make a spear for his first hunt. After all, his remaining food was running out. But just as Jack entered the forest, he encountered a demon boar. After a brief panic, Jack quickly dodged its charge, then froze the ground with magic, causing the boar to slip and fall. Next came a barrage of ice spears. Using the boar's own charging speed, he killed it. Jack looked at the result of his first hunt with satisfaction. But a demon boar was only a low-level monster. Defeating it was nothing to boast about. The monster guide mentioned 2 types of special monsters. One was a dragon capable of destroying cities. The other was a demon of unknown origin. Encountering either meant certain death. One day while hunting, Jack met an assassin hawk. Since the enemy was in the air, Jack had no choice but to stall with ice walls. After all, its speed was far too fast. Jack's water jets could not reach it at all. Fortunately, this made the assassin hawk lower its guard. It abandoned its aerial advantage and dove straight down, crashing into the ice mountain Jack had instantly formed. Unfortunately, Jack had no time to finish it off. The assassin hawk quickly returned to the sky. With its remaining single eye it coldly stared at Jack, then flew away without hesitation. Jack's earlier escape had left him lost. Unknowingly, he arrived at a strange lake. Within it, Jack discovered the mysterious headless horse and headless knight. In the days that followed, Jack continued hunting. As his skill improved, ordinary low-level monsters were no longer his opponents. Even the giant octopus of the deep sea, he could contend with for a while. The water blades he honed through constant practice could even slice flat a massive rock. All of this was thanks to Jack's nightly training with the headless knight. Since their first encounter, Jack realized the knight bore no hostility, and even deliberately held back to train him. One day after training, the headless knight condensed an ice sword in his hand and gave it to Jack, as if to acknowledge the results of his training during this time. A few days later Jack encountered a black bird. At the sight of its single eye, Jack immediately recognized it as the assassin hawk from before. It seemed to have evolved and returned for revenge. This time the black bird's strength had clearly increased. Facing Jack's ice walls, it smashed them all apart, and could even use sonic waves to shatter them. It had even mastered lightning magic for ranged attacks. But Jack now had a new trump card. The ice arrows gifted by the headless knight were unimaginably sturdy. Even clashing against the black bird's massive body, they suffered no damage at all. During the fight Jack repeated his old tactic. Using the force of its dive, he pierced the black bird's body with a single arrow. After the battle, Jack expressed understanding of the black bird's desire for revenge, and admired its breakthrough evolution. But an enemy was still an enemy. Jack would show no mercy. Yet on his way home, a dragon blocked his path, and opened its mouth to ask Jack if he had encountered an evolved assassin hawk.